Hello, my name is Anna Seraffine, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how Feng Shui works. I have been a Feng Shui practitioner for over 20 years, and I'm also a shamanic healer and a spiritual coach. So, Feng Shui, what is it? Well, it's really old, is what it is. It's over 5,000 years old. It began in China. Nobody really knows how old it is, but it's at least 5,000 years old. And it can be found in some form or another in most cultures in the world, as well as in nature. Because when you think about it, when you think of an animal, for example, creating a nest or looking for a home, they're looking for certain things such as safety, which place is going to keep them safe from predators, proximity to food and water sources, and also being protected by the elements, from the elements. So birds do it, bees do it. That's feng shui. And as I said, it's something extremely ancient, and there are many different forms of it, different schools of feng shui. I studied the Black Sect Tantric Buddhism school of feng shui, so I'm going to be talking about it from that point of view. But there are many other schools as well as Compass School, Form School, and so on. So, one of the most important things about feng shui is to understand that it's about creating balance in your life and the optimal conditions for living or business or whatever the space is used for. So, if it's for a business, for example, you want to create optimal conditions for the business to do well. If it's for a home, you want to create the optimal conditions for the family to do well. And that's where the feng shui practitioner can come in to help you adjust the space so that it works for you rather than against you, because some spaces do work against you. So the primary thing about that you need to know about feng shui, the tool that we use is called the Bagua. The Bagua is essentially a map. It is a, a map of 9 sections or guas, okay, Bagua, and it addresses 9 areas of your life. I'm just going to briefly go through them. So the first area, the one that's like front and center, is your career or your life path. The next one to the left is knowledge and spirituality. The next one, sort of middle on the left, if you imagine like a tic-tac-toe board, so this would be the middle left, that is your family and ancestors. Then the top left is wealth and resources. Everybody always wants to know about that one. And then the top middle is fame and reputation. The top right, another one that everybody wants to know about, is love and relationships. Then we have the middle right is future, creativity, and children. And then the bottom right, you have helpful people, mentors, and international travel. And then in the middle, the final gua is health. And it's so interesting because health connects to everything. So it's like the middle of a wheel, right? All the spokes are connected to it because it's so central to everything. Now, each of the guas is ruled by an element. In Chinese philosophy, there are 5 elements, not 4. And there are 9 guas. So some of the guas have the elements are repeated. So the career gua, which is the front center one, is ruled by water, and that's the color black. The knowledge and spirituality one is ruled by the element of earth, and that one is usually like a deep sort of rocky color, teal, deep blue. If you think about like the color of the Rocky Mountains, it's kind of that color. And then you have in the middle right, middle left, excuse me, family and ancestors. That's green because that's the color wood. It's the element of wood. And then the top left, the wealth and resources one, that is also wood, and it's represented by the color purple. Then the fame and reputation is ruled by, surprise, surprise, fire. and that's the color red. And then the love and relationships one is ruled by the element of earth, and that one is a soft pink. And then we have in the middle right, we have the element of metal ruling the future and creativity and children's section, and that's usually the color white. And then the bottom right, which is uh, mentors, helpful people, international travel, that's also metal and it's gray. And then in the middle, we also have earth, again, representing health, and that's usually the color yellow. So 5 elements, right? We have water, wood. So water, there's only one of them. Wood, there are 2 types of wood. Earth, 3 types. Metal, 2 types. And then fire, 1 type. So those are the 5 elements. And what's really important in Feng Shui is to create balance between those elements. That's one of the most important things when adjusting the qi or the energy of the room or the space, is to make sure that those elements are in balance. You don't have too much of one. So for example, it's very popular these days in modern architecture to have all white rooms, an all white kitchen, an all white living room, or even an all white house. But in Feng Shui, that is not balanced. It creates an overabundance of the metal element. And if there's too much metal, that can just create a host of different problems. So you want to introduce the other elements. It's okay to have, if it is appropriate for the space, one element may be dominant, but you don't want to have it only that element because it's just too much of one thing. So you could introduce some fire into that space with some red cushions, some candles. You could introduce earth with some earthenware pots, or maybe an earthy color somewhere, some yellow. You could introduce wood with plants in the pots, or you could put some bits of purple here and there. And you can introduce water with the color black or wavy colors. So all of these things together make for harmonious and balanced Feng Shui. And so I hope that this is a good explanation for you and that it gave you a taste of what Feng Shui can be. It is a huge topic, but the most important things to understand are that we have 5 elements. We have a Bagua, and the Bagua is placed over the floor plan of your home or of a room. So you could have the Bagua placed over the room or over the entire floor plan of the home. And a Feng Shui practitioner can, because sometimes houses have, or many times, houses or apartments have strange floor plans. So a Feng Shui practitioner is trained to know how to place the Bagua. But essentially in Black Sect Tantric Buddhism and Feng Shui, the way we place the Bagua is that the front door, or the door to the space, is in one of the bottom 3 guas. So it's either, if it's in the front center part of the house, then it's in the career section. If it's in the bottom right, then it's in the helpful people, the mentors, the travel. And if it's in the bottom left, then it's in knowledge and spirituality. So the door will be in one of those guas. And so whatever is in the top left corner of the house or the room is going to be the wealth corner. Whatever's in the top right corner of the house or the room is going to be the relationship corner. And then whatever's front and center is the fame area. So this is how you use the Bagua. It is a huge topic, but I hope this gave you a taste and an introduction to how Feng Shui works.